Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today, we're going to get right into the weekly love outlook for the sign of Virgo. But before we get started, just reminding you all that this month I am giving away the Beautiful Creatures Tarot deck and guidebook box set. It's a beautiful box set. And all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel, leave me a comment, letting me know you're interested, and that's it. All right, end of the month, come back, check it out, check out the winner video, and see if your name is the winner. We're going to get right into it, Virgo. We're going to pull out your oracle cards for this week, see what kind of spirits are working with you. And we're going to pull from 4 different decks. And this is going to be a look into a relationship that you have with someone, right? So a connection that you have, where the connection is at this week. This is just a weekly snapshot. And it's not necessarily indicative of the relationship as a whole or anything like that. Just this week's energies, you know? And so this is not going to resonate with all of you. It's only 1 week and 1 relationship for a Virgo out there. I hope you guys are all like staying safe and healthy best you can. All right, let's get right into it. I'm going to pull out your 3 oracle cards. All right, Virgo, straight out, we have Spirit of the Skull, melancholy, depression coming in. Not surprising. I think a lot of people are dealing with that Spirit of the Heart. Right? Soul essence, your identity, vibration, heart chakra opening up for some of you. And we have the Spirit of the Waters. So cleansing. Some of you are going through some healing, some emotional healing this week, right? Maybe impacting your relationships as well. We're going to know more about those energies as we get into your reading. Let's go ahead and pull out your animal spirits now. Now, animal spirits are interesting. They can come in a lot of different ways. Sometimes you're like, well, this animal spirit doesn't resonate with me at all. You know, it's nothing like me, right? But throughout the course of your week, you may run into someone or encounter someone or an event, an experience that resonates with that animal spirit. So it's something to look out for, even if you don't resonate with that animal spirit yourself, because they can come in the form of people, places, and things as well. All right, guys, let's see what Virgo's got this week. Now, it could also be energies that your person is resonating with. Straight out. The bat. So this was the card that flipped over in the deck. And I was thinking about it. I said, no, I'm not going to see. I'm going to see if the bat really wants to come out. And just now when I cut as well, I felt it insisting on coming. Sure enough, there it is. First one out. We have the snake, earth energy. And then we have the buffalo, more earth energy. Of course, the bat is air energy. So interesting. Let's get right into it, and then we're going to pull out your spread for you and your person. So the bat is associated with the darkness before the dawn, right? It's associated with, the last of the darkness. The dawn is coming, right? And so this is kind of, this is a good energy, right? Because it's like you can't stop the sun from rising. So this is a very sort of, I want to say, motivational, uplifting, hopeful energy. It is bad energy. So it is still dark now. We're still in the darkness, but the dawn is coming. And so the bat also is the animal spirit for sort of the impending light that's about to come, right? So deal with the last little things you need to in the darkness almost, right? So letting go of things that you no longer need, because things are about to be different. They're about to be better. There's certainly, I want to say better, but certainly the potential for better, because what the new day brings is potential, right? That's what the dawn brings. The dawn brings potential. So there's a new potential coming in, and letting go of any of the grasping in the dark is what's necessary right now, because any day now, it's about to be a new day. You want to, and you want to welcome this new day in your life or in your relationship. You want to welcome it without any of the baggage from the past, or any of the baggage or connections to things that were in the darkness that were not necessary for you anymore, that you didn't need to be connected to anymore or hold on to anymore. Remember, this is an air elemental, so we're talking about ideas about ourselves, ideas about each other and people, right? We're talking about mental sort of energies here. So letting go of certain ideas and certain ways of thinking that just don't serve you anymore because it's about to be a new day. Now we have the snake. The snake is associated with earth energy and all of the potential that it brings with it, all of the potential that creativity and creative energy brings with it, right? So that snake eating its own tail is kind of a universal symbol for the infinite potential of ourselves, right? Or the infinite potential for love oftentimes, but certainly snake being associated with earth and the body and regeneration, right? So we're talking about manifesting, your creative expression here and now in a very material way. For some of you, you might be manifesting some. This could even be like, say, for instance, you're opening something like a center. You might be opening a center for something, or you may be opening some kind of business, some kind of artwork, right? You may be creating something, and it could be even if it's a program that you're creating, it's still a material sort of manifestation of a dream of creative energy. So right now, you're feeling that, right? You're feeling a lot of creativity, you're feeling a lot of potential, and this goes really nicely with the bat because this feeling, it's a feeling of anticipation coming in for a lot of you, a feeling of anticipation of a new sort of a new area to grow in, or perhaps even to have room to grow, right? And so, of course, the ability to tap into sort of your raw potential is a perfect time for that. Now, the buffalo is more earth energy, but the buffalo showed up earlier from one of the readings also and is associated with really difficult times in our lives, trials, tribulations, really difficult things, right? To deal with earth things associated with the earth, sickness, right? Sickness, poverty, dealing with difficult obstacles, material obstacles. The buffalo doesn't shy away from that. He doesn't fear that. He doesn't fear the difficulties associated with life. Buffalo is so wise. He has so much experience, but he also sees it as he sees all difficult times or times of struggling. He sees them as opportunities to connect with the divine. The buffalo is such a divinely led creature, it's a heavenly creature, although he is so firmly rooted in earth. But the buffalo is that connection between the divine and earth, bringing divine down, bringing the spirit down to the ground, infusing the earth with it. And so, in this way, even the most difficult times, even times of illness or sickness or struggling and striving, times of financial difficulty, the buffalo, he doesn't fear that, right? He embraces it, he handles it, and he strives to see the divine in it. Very strong, strong animal spirit. So let's go ahead and pull out your spread for you and your person, Virgo. We're going to get right into your person's cards, your cards, how you see yourselves, each other, your desires, your roles in a relationship this week. Again, this is just a weekly snapshot, so it may be very different on a regular basis. This may just be, the energies that you and a particular person are experiencing this week. Mind you, everyone is kind of right now going through a very, very different situation in their lives. Everyone in the world is having to adjust to, very sort of very new circumstances, very different circumstances that none of us have ever anticipated or been in before. So there's going to be added sort of stressors and pressures, right? Some of you may even be apart from each other physically. So let's just see what the cards have to say for you, Virgo. All right, your person resonating with Eight of Wands, and you are resonating with the High Priestess. They see you as the Ace of Cups, and you see them as the Two of Pentacles. Their role they see is Six of Swords. Your role in the relationship, Six of Pentacles. Interesting. Six, six. And their desire is Nine of Wands, and your desire is the Hanged Man. Wow. The Hanged Man for you. This is what you desire in the relationship. Bottom of the deck, we have King of Pentacles, right? So somebody in this relationship is used to having a certain amount of success and authority, right? Somebody already has a lot of abundance, right? King of Pentacles, definitely talking about someone who is I'm going to say someone certainly who's respected in their field, who's used to having certain success in their field, who oftentimes also, this can also be anyone who's associated with the body or the health of the body, because a lot of times pentacles are not just associated with money, and abundance, like financial abundance. The pentacles are also associated with anything material, and the human body is part of that. So, King of Pentacles individuals can be doctors and healthcare workers as well. People who are at a certain level in that area, certain, I want to say, status level in that field. They can be anyone who, excels in manifesting or manipulating, working with the material plane, the material world, right? Certainly, this is someone who's very high up in their career, whatever their career is. So, this is an energy that's coming in, and it is an energy of being a benefactor, being a supporter. I feel King of Pentacles in this reading coming in as a benefactor, as someone there to help, to assist in some way or another. Could be a friend or family member. It just could be an energy coming in of assistance, financial stability, assistance coming in. So, how are you guys resonating? Let's get started, Virgo. Your person is resonating with Eight of Wands, and you are resonating with the High Priestess. So, Eight of Wands has been showing up a couple times for the weekly love outlooks. A lot of you are dealing with a lot of information that is inconsistent. Eight of Wands is chaotic information. It's inconsistent information. It's a time of chaotic energy, information coming into you. And eight being the number for strength, but also being the number for boundaries, means that right now you require, you need to put certain boundaries in place. You need to set up certain boundaries for yourself and not just allow everything to come in and overwhelm you. There have to be certain boundaries to be set. And that's an individual thing, but so that you can better discern which of these, wands or which of these energies are worth you paying attention to, because there's just too much coming in. And I think this is interesting that Eight of Wands would show up so much in the weeklies. I think this is the third reading it's shown up for, or fourth even maybe. And it's interesting because this is a love outlook, but a lot of us are being bombarded with a lot of confusing messages, energies, feelings, right? We don't know what's going to happen, right? Everyone's on lockdown all over the world. And so this is unprecedented times, and these times are having such a profound effect on everyone. And I'm seeing it in the readings, and Eight of Wands is showing up this week. And this week, it seems that you guys, and certainly your person who's resonating with this, is being overwhelmed, right? This is a week where it's now becomes overwhelmed. Previous weeks, we had a lot of Seven of Pentacles energy, a lot of Two of Pentacles energy, which showed up again here. This week, we're getting into being overwhelmed with just too much messages, media, messages, energy, information, 2 cents here, there, everywhere. And it just has to sort of, be filtered better. You're resonating with High Priestess. So you are handling things very, very well. You're very strong right now, Virgo. You're resonating highly with a high sense of intuition. Seems to be that right now you're not confused at all about what's going on. I'm going to be honest with you. You have a feeling of control. This is certainly a feeling of control, a feeling of confidence coming in. Spirit of the heart talks about identity, vibration, soul essence. This week you're coming in with a high degree of that, Virgo. You're just feeling good in your skin. But more than anything, the High Priestess, of course, is one of the highest cards in the deck for intuition, right? We always say that the high priestess is all about intuition, but the high priestess is also the highest card in the deck for self-confidence. And the reason why is because when you begin to develop a relationship with your intuitive voice, when you listen to it, you have a relationship with it. Sometimes you listen to it, sometimes you question it. Sometimes you say, "Well, am I right? Am I wrong? Is the voice right? Is it wrong? Is what I'm feeling right or wrong?" You develop a certain relationship with your intuition, with your intuition. Um, and you get to know it and it becomes better. And then what happens is when you get real life reaffirmation of something, when you get reaffirmation that you were correct or that, your intuition took you down the right road, this is a reaffirmation of this strong power that you have within you, which is connected to your soul, right? And it builds self-confidence. And so, this self-confidence allows you to trust your intuition more next time, right? To hone it, to trust it. And the more you trust your intuition, the more you hone it, the better it will work for you, the more reaffirmation you get coming in, and the more self confidence you get coming in that you really are the master of your life to a certain degree, that you are beginning to understand your life, that you're beginning to navigate this life with all of the tools that we are given, intuition being one of them. Because once your intuition is highly tuned and really working well for you, life is very, very different. There's a different way of going through life, right? And there's a self-confidence because you kind of have an understanding of how things are going to go for the most part. Not that you know for sure in any sort of like real psychic way, although you may be psychic. I'm not saying that, but what I'm talking about is intuition here, which everyone has. And I just mean to say that once that is honed and you have that self confidence, it's just there's a different type of confidence that you have in life and facing life. Now, how do you guys see each other? Your person sees you as the Ace of Cups, so they are absolutely in love with you. This could be a new connection. Ace of Cups indicates a new love. So this may be a new love connection, a new union coming in, all right, with someone. They're in love with you. And again, like I say, it's a new love. So maybe, they may have been in love with you for quite some time, but maybe it's new now because you're only finding out about it now. We're gonna get deeper, right? But this is how they feel, right? You are their Ace of Cups. Now, how do you feel about them? How do you see them, rather, right? Not so much how you feel about them, how do you see them? You see them as resonating with Two of Pentacles. So you see that they are going through a lot of financial ups and downs, right? They're being bombarded with this Eight of Wands, and you can see them in the chaos because Two of Pentacles is flux and chaos and just, having to be flexible. Right, but having to juggle a lot to maintain yourself, it's very emotional. It's a lot of ups and downs, and you're seeing that they're going through this right now, right? Now, interesting that they would see you as this Ace of Cups. I'm going to come back to that. Now, how do they see their role in the relationship? How do you see your role? You're both resonating with sixes. So they see their role as providing an escape, providing refuge, taking you and them away from it all. This is how I feel. I feel like they see themselves as the protector. Hello, Crystal Beauty. How you doing? Big shout out. Some of you guys watching this later on are going to be like, well, the chat was disabled. It's not disabled during the stream, just after on the replay. So you're going to hear me say hi to some of my regulars. Crystal Beauty, big shout out. So Six of Swords is it's a desire to move away and move. A lot of times it can actually mean moving, but it's certainly a desire to get away from strife and struggling and to move towards a harmonious sort of life. Your person sees this as their role, and I think they see themselves as the person who wants to take you away from it all. I do feel that. This is what I'm getting intuitively from this Six of Swords energy from them, that they feel very protective of you. They feel like they want to just sort of like ferry you away someplace and wonderful and take care of you, right? How do you see your role in the relationship? Well, Six of Pentacles, you are, it could be that you're the one who's resonating with a lot of financial abundance, right? Because you're seeing your role as being very much the one who's helping out. Right, Six of Pentacles is the generous one. It's the one who's giving. It's the one who's who has enough abundance to give from, first of all. right? But who wants to give? If you see your role, and it's not something that you feel obligated. Six of Pentacles is not a feeling of obligation. It's a nice feeling. It's a feeling of wanting to help, wanting to give. So it's interesting. It could be that, yeah, you may be dealing with somebody who is going through some financial ups and downs, and you may be in a position to help them, right? And they see themselves as being in a position to provide much more harmony for you, take you, or go with you, help you to move away from any strife or struggling. Six of Swords is very nice. Now, their desires. What do you guys desire? Well, they desire Nine of Wands energy. So they really desire to be out from underneath of all of this. This burden. There's a lot of burden. This Eight of Wands is becoming a burden. They're starting to realize that it's a hang up, it's baggage, and they really want to come out from under it. And I think that they see a change, that they want to make in their life. This does feel like a new connection to Virgo. Excuse me. This feels like a new connection, Virgo. It feels like this person is like you have newly come into their life, and I think they're realizing certain things about their lives that they want to change in order to be with you. And one of them, this Nine of Wands is a real kind of like taking a good hard look at your life and some of the baggage you've been carrying, and realizing what you need to begin to lay down if you want to be on the other side of that wall. You see that wall of wands there, on the other side is the green countryside, right? So he's feeling kind of alienated from all of that by these wands, and it's like, well, how do I get out there? How do I have that life? Well, you have to let go of some of that baggage that's keeping you separated from it. Those wands represent baggage and hangups and things that we hold on to, that we think protect us, but in fact that they alienate us from the greener, wider world out there. And so Nine of Wands is that recognition, it's that understanding starting to come in for them that, I'm the one who has to lay this baggage down if I want to have the life I want to have. And I think you're bringing that inspiration into them. I'm going to be honest with you, because I think you are a new love for them. Virgo, Ace of Cups, I think you are a new love for them. And I think you're really getting them to think about what it is they're willing to lay down now to be with you. There's a new dawn coming. This could be energy of the bat coming in. And what do you desire? Well, you desire Hanged Man, and this is an awakening. So it's interesting. I think you desire them to wake up also. This could be a relationship that up until now has been slow to start up for various reasons, right? It's not so much that it's been in challenge, because it hasn't been able to sort of get off the ground to begin with, right? For you to be desiring a hangman energy, hangman is about waking up. It's inspiration coming in. So you desire inspiration coming in. You desire inspiration coming into this relationship, and certainly an awakening coming into this relationship. So it just makes me feel like, part of you is also, yes, you also want to be with them, but you also realize certainly that they do require an awakening, that an awakening needs to happen here for this to move forward, right? This is a really nice potential for a really strong love connection. This could also be a love connection with somebody that you're in love with, or you guys are kind of meant to be with each other, but they're the ones who are kind of figuring it out now, because you are resonating with High Priestess. So it could very well be that you've already known or had intuition that this was going to be a connection with this person, right? But it's almost like you're waiting for them in a way to do what they need to do, right? They realize they're in love with you here with the Ace of Cups. They realize that there's certain things they want, and here they're realizing some of the baggage they're going to have to lay down to be with you. And I almost feel like with this High Priestess over here that you've been kind of watching this and seeing this unfold, and you've been kind of knowing to a certain degree, Virgo, that this, that they were going to go through these various steps, right? Like you almost knew that. You almost knew that you guys were meant to be together. And it could also be that this is a friendship that was, you know what I mean? You guys may already have known each other for quite some time as well. There could be that energy there. Six of Cups. Nice. See, there's your Six of Cups. There's your friendship. So it could very well be, Virgo, that this is a friendship you've had for quite some time that is now finally developing into this kind of like connection that you kind of knew all along was going to turn into one. So Princess of Pentacles and a Five of Wands. There's definitely been some competition there with that Five of Wands. Right? So there's been some battling, some competition. Maybe that there was another person in in, you know what I mean, in the way, or competing here in any case, right? Interesting. Then we have Eight of Swords. Wow. There's that toxic energy. Six of Swords again, and Eight of Wands again. Wow. All right. So, bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Swords. Wow. So, the ending, right? It's strange. You have a couple nines. The Eight of Wands has come out twice. And that Six of Swords has come out twice, right? So we're talking about, I want to say, yeah, you guys have probably known each other for a while. For some of you, you guys were friends. I want to say your person may have been caught up with somebody else. And it's almost like this realization now that they're coming into that it's like, oh, okay, they really should be with you, right? But there was a battle here. There's definitely a competitive battle here that really interfered, but it's on their side. Interesting. So they may have been caught up in a relationship that was toxic for them, right? And they may have been battling with somebody else for somebody else. Like this whole like battle here almost feels like it was something they were caught up in that had nothing to do with you, Virgo. That's how it feels to me. Now, for some of you, it may have, but this is how it feels to me. And it's like almost as if they woke up and realized, like, why am I over here competing and battling for this when really what I want is my Virgo. I want this over here. And this is part of the dawning and the realization I see coming through here. Another reason why they're wanting to move away. Princess of Pentacles. Princes are the same as pages, and Six of Cups. So they're being very, very practical. Um, about wanting to move forward, but I want to say they definitely need probably assistance financially. You know what I'm saying? That Page of Pentacles, yes, they're working, they're doing what they need to do, but it is hardly like resonates up to having the kind of abundance like where you can give like a Six of Pentacles or a King of Pentacles, right? So they're working, but they may not be working a lot. There may be something that's holding them back, right? But the Six of Cups is there, and the Six of Cups really speaks to them and you and them having known each other. And for the most part, your relationship with each other is very pleasant. I almost feel like it's one of those things like, when you guys are together, they're happy, they're pleasant, everything's pleasant, you love being together, you have a great rapport, but it's like they haven't up until now been putting the effort into being with you. It's almost as if they took it for granted that you guys had this great sort of deep friendship, connection, maybe even had, romantic liaisons here and there with each other. But for the most part, it's like they put a lot of effort into something else that was really not good for them. Right? Eight of Wands here is like really confusing energy. And I think they're realizing, hang on a second, I've had my wires confused because you are definitely an Ace of Cups for them. So this is a new love for them. This is definitely them waking up to, wow, my love, my real outgushing of love is right here in front of me. It's my Virgo, and it's not what I've been dealing with over here because this really doesn't feel like it had anything to do with you. Eight of Swords, you've been dealing with a lot of toxicity, right? Eight of Swords is toxic energy, and I think that there has been a lot of toxic energy somewhere here in this relationship. Eight of Swords is victim energy. It's somebody who plays the victim. I want to say somebody who has who's easily, Eight of Swords, somebody who's easily I want to say a gaslighter. They play the victim. They've really been impacting your relationship, I want to say. This could be somebody, this could be the person that your person may have been dealing with before they hooked up with you, or you know, I just feel like they've been caught up. It feels to me like they were caught up in a lot of drama, and it's like part of them getting their shit together to be with you. This Nine of Wands is letting go of all of that drama behind, because you're certainly not willing to entertain any of that. Like a high priestess would never entertain drama. So you're kind of, like I said, sitting back, but you definitely realize the toxicity is there with that Eight of Swords. But Six of Swords comes in again, and you desire the same thing that they desire. You desire to move towards harmony, and this is really quite important here. You both having Six of Swords here, you both come together, and I think this is one of the things that brings you ultimately together, is that you both have the same desire in life, for life right now. It's like Sometimes life is all about timing when you hook up with somebody, right? And it feels to me like this timing is perfect. It's like they've had enough drama, you've had enough certain amount of drama in your life, right? But it's like you both are at that place with that six of swords. You just want to be harmonious, you just want to be together. You want to be harmonious. You have a lot of six energy here. So it's a desire to work towards harmony. And if that requires work, then so be it. But at least you're working towards harmony. Whereas before, it almost feels like your person was just working and just working towards disharmony, right? Because working, arguing, working, but just almost like, not working towards anything positive here with this Five of Wands. And certainly Nine of Wands is letting you know that they're looking back on a period of time in their lives where they've really, I want to say, allowed a lot of baggage and toxicity to come in. Eight of Wands here too for you. So you both have Six of Swords and Eight of Wands. A lot of mixed messages, but yet a desire to be together and to be harmonious. So this is going to take some work. The spirit of the buffalo is coming in. The spirit of the back. There is a new dawn for you guys. There is a new era almost, or a new, I want to say, path for you. It is a harmonious path, but you both have to really want it. And more than anything, your person has to want it, right? They have to want it. They have to want it, this, whatever this toxicity is here, this Eight of Swords has to go. Whoever, whatever that is. And Eight of Swords, like I say, generally is a gaslighter. Somebody who plays a victim. It's a very disruptive, interfering energy. Again, it does feel like this is other people, perhaps other connections that were there. Again, friendship. You guys were friends for a long time, but now it's like those two friends, it's like two friends who both always have shitty relationships, like with other people. And then you realize one day you wake up and it's like, yeah, I always have, shitty relationships. They always have shitty. It's like, well, what? But when we're together, we're happy and we make it like, why aren't we together? And it's like you find out that there is actually a love there and it really grows. It's more than just friendship. There is a connection here. There's a healing. Spirit of the water, spirit of the heart, opening up that heart chakra. There's a change, definitely a new dawn in this relationship. But it's going to be a lot of work. Nine of Swords, right? Nine of Swords, right? It's realizing that last little, that last little bit, you know, that last little bit of realizing that, all you have to do is make the decision yourself, and then you don't have to deal with any more struggling. You don't have to deal with any more swords flying at you. You have you have the power within you to get out of this, so that you can resonate up to that Ten of Swords energy where you're a completely different person. And these swords can't hurt you anymore. But the Nine of Swords is that, definitely, just like the Nine of Wands. It's a realization of how you play so much of a role in what you're experiencing, and how much you have to decide for yourself if you don't want to suffer. Just like Nine of Wands, he realizes it's his decision if he wants more out of life. Either he holds on to those grasping feelings of wanting to sort of insulate himself and protect himself and have this crutch, yeah, right? These things, this baggage that he uses as a crutch that ultimately keeps him in, or not. Same thing with Nine of Swords. Either he chooses to stop allowing this pain to come in, right, and to be sort of a target for these swords coming in, for all of this pain that's coming in, or not. Right? And to not allow these things to hurt him anymore, right? It's a very different kind of way of letting go. All right, my lovelies, I am going to leave it at that. This is your reading, Virgo, for this next week. And love, it's a connection that you have with somebody. New connection, definitely. Work is there, but you guys both desire harmony so much. And you're definitely the one who has a little step up here in this particular dynamic, because you're resonating with the High Priestess. So to a certain degree, Virgo, you've already seen this play out in your head. Hello, Felicia. You are most welcome. Don't forget to let me know, guys, if you're interested in being in a drawing for this tarot deck and guidebook box set, which I'm giving away on my channel this month, the Beautiful Creatures Tarot deck. All you have to do is be subscribed. Just subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment letting me know you're interested, and that's it. End of the month, check out the winner video and see if your name is the name that is announced. And then you'll have to just email me at bowandarrowtarot@gmail.com so you can contact, give me your contact details so I can send the new deck and box set out to you. All right, guys. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this gave you some clarity. I hope this just gave you a minute to take off from life to watch a reading and that you enjoyed. Please stay safe, stay as healthy as you can, guys. Most of all, stay kind to each other. Peace and blessings always. I love you so much, Virgo. Thank you for all your support, guys. And I'm going to take a little break and I'll be back in just a little while with the Capricorn Weekly Love Outlook. Bye bye, guys.